Hi guys, so welcome back with another video, and in this video I'll be talking about my top 5 worst year in my life, right? Yeah, so I'm clean this camera real quick and I'm trying to talk as fast as I can because there has been a lot of things that's been going on, for the past 5 years. I say that the last 5 years of my life was like hell, man. It was worse than like anything that I could even describe right now, right? And I'm hoping, mm, I'm hoping like there's no other year, that is gonna be worse than this, right? Yeah, man, I'm sick of tired of, of bad years, worse year, or garbage year, or year that causing me lots of stress, and causing, my future, to suck really bad. And I'm gonna have to go over this 5 years, real quick. And I'm not gonna go everything in details. Well, yeah, because the video might go to an hour long. I mean, I can like write even a book about it. My top 5 worst year or diary. But yeah, instead of recording a diary, I decided to record it on YouTube, right? So let me know what's your top 5 worst year or what's your top 10 worst year. But I only lived for like 22 years, and technically that's almost like a quarter of my life already. So I can say that from 2016 to 2020 was like no, that's my worst year of my life, and I'll explain why. So I'll go in order like so. Those are my top 5 worst year between 2016 and 2020, right? So you want to go from number 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, whatever. So I go with 5 and save best for the very last. You already know what's number 1 is, so you can go watch that video. Why was that year was the worst year ever. And I have not explained the 4 years in detail, right? I kind of did, but there's some other year where I don't explain all, and I have to go over that as well, so that way you guys can know like how much I've gone through for the past 5 years. And was it easy to fight? It was not honestly easy, and I got a lot of stress. I got frustrated. I get in trouble a lot. I get angry really easily, and I need to control that. Well, this that's why I'm still kind of mad. I'm still very mad those years. I'm still very mad. But try not to shout out in this video because I do not want to get dislike, or YouTube might take it down for for some reason, why I throw my angers on YouTube. But that's what not the point is, man. The point is to entertain people and not to show your anger expression, not to show your tantrum. None of that stuff has to be recorded. So those things are unnecessary. So I say that my least worst year out of those 5 years is 2018. So why was 2018 my least threatening year, from 2016 to 2020, right? I mean 2018, yeah, I did not do well that year, and I kind of like screwed up a lot. And yeah, I have like lots of like issues within myself, right? Yeah, 2018 just ended like 2 years ago. I mean, obviously the reason why I hate 2018 is obviously because of weight issues, right? Yeah, I just want to lose a lot of weight, just to just to run faster. And because I'm technically want to punish myself, from shenanigans, things I did in the past, right? I mean, that's also why, and I'm been struggling too in 2018. And also, and a lot more, other, bad stuff that I did in 2018, right? So I try and remember like what happened because now it's getting like quite long ago. 2018, why was it a bad year? And also I overtrained myself in running, right? After, October just ended it, right? That somewhere around September to October, I ran out 20 miles, really hard, like definitely under like an 8-minute mile pace. Yeah, because I wasn't, used to long distance. So that's like in the fall. So definitely beginning of 2018, like how was it? How did you lose so much weight? Cause I run a lot and I don't eat very much. So I went from the high, 170s to all the way down to like 150, and I definitely had to gain back my weight again because I was feeling weak and I was getting tired and I was like getting fatigued. And I mean running, I have to overtrain myself just to like lose so much weight, and that didn't help. I actually got a little bit slower. Then once I start getting healthier again, then I start getting a little bit faster. And it's just mostly my health condition problem, and also I have mental issues too. So a little bit mental issue. I went a little bit crazy too, right? Yeah, and also trying to remember what I did in 2018. I mean, this is why I cannot explain a lot of bad things that happened in 2018, because it's like my least, hated year out of 5 years. So if you look in the past video, you'll probably find out, like why, 2018 was, a terrible year for me, right? So anyway, let's go into, 2019. That is supposed to be my best year, but somehow I, F it up or screw up big time. 2019 is supposed to be one of my favorite, most year, but somehow it's 4 on the list. It's all because of my fault, right? It's no, because not because of COVID-19. I mean, the virus, man, I cannot say that word. The virus didn't start until like December, so that's why the global pandemic, started in, 2020, right? That's not the reason why I hate 2019. It's not because of the virus. I mean, life was normal back then. I mean, 2019 was like the last year of, a normal life. And obviously, in 2019, the reason why I hate that year the most is because, like I said, I did the same thing 2018, but 2019 is actually worse in my opinion. Well, I make a lots of, big mistake in 2019, and I'm not going to share all of it in this video just to protect myself. And also, yeah, I feel like I didn't bring, enough in 2019. So let me go over the first half of 2019. So the first half of 2019, was really bad, but not bad comparing to the second half. The second half of 2019 is where things got a lot worse, right? So let me think like what happened in, the year 2019. So I just name out the big things. I'm not gonna name out like every little things. So in 2019, why is it my worst year? So 2009, it's because, I signed up for the wrong class, and also I procrastinate, and sign up, or I'm just not, being responsible enough, and I screw around a lot, right? Yeah, I mean, I have, every time I go to a lonely college or study there, like, I always have, problem, like signing up, classes, even though I get priority registration, I don't pay attention to, to the deadlines and all stuff. And yeah, because I was mostly focusing, on finishing the semester. And I also have to, look forward to signing up with, I actually signed for the wrong class, in 2019, which is not very good. And also, like I makes a lot of mistake, when it comes to traveling all stuff. Yeah, because when it comes to traveling, you definitely need to be, very responsible. You have to keep all your items with you. I feel like I didn't, fulfill that. I keep saying like a lot of random word. That's the reason why, I screwed myself in 2018, 2019, because I keep saying a lot of random word, that forced me not to concentrate on, important things. Yes, and also in 2019, the reason why I hate 2019, the second half is because I annoy, I feel like I annoy a lot of people, in the second half of 2019. So comment below, like, if I make a statement of this correctly, of 2019, like why I annoy people a lot. It's obviously because I record them, I go make them feel uncomfortable, I go follow them, touch them, or whatever that is. I mean, that's like my old 2016 high school stuff, right? Like why I hated 2019, and a lot of people, friends, decided to block me because I got very annoying. And people do not even want me to be around because they either don't know me or they think that I'm super annoying. I think I already, make a correct statement of like, why am I being super annoying to other people, right? It's just stupid behavior issue, man. That causes me to lose friends. But good thing, now social distance, I don't have to see their freaking face anymore, or my face, but I should not show my anger on YouTube. The minute I talk about this bad year, but let's just get over with. And the reason why I hate 2019 because things got really crazy at the end, right? Yeah, things just get crazier and crazier, and that's why I didn't want 2020 to come, because 2019 was like getting really scary. And when 2019 gets like really crazy, it should be like, it could possibly be my second worst year, but not my first worst year, right? But thank God, thank God, 2019, didn't become like, my first worst year, right? Thank goodness. Yeah, I just have, lots of issues, with myself, 2019. And I pretty much, so was I mature? I was pretty much, very immature in 2019. Very, very immature. I mean, if you start losing, like, let's say lots of friends or like multiple friends, and that means that, yeah, there is definitely a problem with you, and you should definitely fix that. Because if you go, let me think of this. This is based on a common sense thing. If you go everywhere and if there's a problem, then that means you must be the problem. And you have to figure out, like what you're doing wrong and fix that problem, ASAP, so that way you don't do it ever again. Yes, there is a problem. There's a lot of problem with me, which is why I get, dislike in the past and stuff. Because people stated, or the world stated, that I have issues and I need to fix it. Right? Yeah. And so, let's go over that third worst year of, this year is giving me freaking headaches, man. The year 2016, right? Why I hated that year the most, right? Why 2016 is my third worst year on the list. Like, that's the year you graduate from high school, right? Indeed, yes, man. Indeed, 2016 is really, the third worst year of the, like, why, I hated that year so much, man, that it actually made, my future year worse, right? Obviously, like, how this, other future year get affected by the stupid 2016. The stupid year, man. I feel like I want to beat up that year so bad. Beat up like the top 3 years, right? God, man, I wish that year, these top 3 years, like, never existed in my life. And too bad it did. So same thing, why I hate 2016? I mean, I say like 60% of the time, like, why I hate those years, because of my behavior issues, right? I just, like, I didn't try hard enough. I didn't, I failed, to stop this behavior in 2016. So in 2016, it's like, why do I? It's because I harass students, and this is why they feel uncomfortable, and this is why they don't want to be friends with me, ever again, right? I mean, in 2016, I also repeat lots of random words and stuff like that. I do a lots of dumb things in high school, You can just comment below, like, what kind of dumb high school things I already did, but don't name the common one that I already talked in this video, because if you do, then you're not helping me. I cannot remember, what I did, because now it's like quite long ago, and that's why I do not want you to my old behavior again. That's why I don't want you to make rumors about it, because who cares what happened 5 years ago? Like, who cares, man? It's still not affecting now, but I say that in 2016, the main reason why I harass people is because I talk a lot in class. That's why I keep hearing the word shut up and stuff, and also I touch people a lot, and I give lots of hugs, and well, yeah, if the virus happened around 2016, I'll definitely wouldn't have the opportunity to do that. So I think if social distancing happened in 2016, that would be absolutely very good, right? Because I do not want to get tested positive, and if you touch people and you get the tested positive, that would be the stupidest thing that I ever did in my life. But of course, also this thing didn't happen, until apparently 2020, 4 years later, right? But yeah, I touch a lot of people. I lie a lot, I did, I did lots of crazy stuff, I act up a lot. That's the one thing that I hate about 2016 is that I lie a lot, right? And also, I was like very irresponsible. I even lost the high school, textbooks. What high school textbook are you talking about? Like, what kind of book you lost? I mean, not important, but I wanted to describe to you anyway, because why not share it on YouTube? People don't. I feel like I'm not getting enough attention, or I just have never mentioned this before, right? The one thing that caused me almost not to graduate from high school is that I lost a textbook, right? And what happened if you lose a textbook? In high school, middle school, or wherever school you came from, you actually have to pay for it. And if you don't pay for the lost textbook, or if you have, money that that you own from the school, or if the school owns, if you owe money to the school, then if you don't pay them, then you obviously don't graduate, right? So good thing I have the money. Good thing I brought the money, right away in the morning, because if I didn't pay for that lost textbook, I would not have graduated. I would not walk on stage to get that diploma, right? Yeah, that was the scary part. And my family will be very worried, like, why are you not graduating? You did all the requirement, but like I said, I didn't pay for the textbook, so I have to, waste, $100, more than $100. I pay like about almost $120, out of my pocket, pay for the lost textbook, and that's why 2016 sucks, right? Yeah, because I was being irresponsible. I screw around a lot. Yeah, and also it's a math textbook, right? From Mr. Spooner's class, right? Yeah, I remember, Mr. Spooner back in Arlington, but he probably retired now, because I heard rumors that he retired, but yeah, I never remember in Mr. Spooner's class, the reason why I lost the textbook, even though I returned the textbook, because I got the wrong, ISBN, right? Yeah, because if you assign to a textbook, you're supposed to like carry it around, for years, and also you assign the current textbook. If you return textbook with a different ISBN that when you originally signed in with a different ISBN, then you definitely have lost the textbook, and I have to go to lots of town. I have to waste like so much time, looking for that textbook, end up losing money, and that's a lesson learned I made. So I remember not to lose textbook, ever again. Well, it's too late, because, college, you have to buy your own textbook. School does not provide to you anymore, so. But still, I have to make a learning lesson. I have to be a little bit more careful, you know, of what I do. And I almost missed a grad night field trip, right? What do you mean you almost missed a grad night field trip? You need to explain. So, grad night field trip is definitely, at work, for the seniors, Yeah, cause I got suspended twice in my senior year. I got suspended 2015, 2016, and 2016 is the reason why I got suspended in February. That's the year that's even like worse than 2015, no suspension. The reason why I got suspended 2016 because I touched, a girl, very, very inappropriately. That is very offensive and very, very bad, right? A guy can, you cannot touch anybody. It doesn't matter who you are, especially a guy touching a girl like that. That is, you can get into serious trouble, man. Right, and good thing I wasn't 18 back then, because if I was 18, who knows, man, I would have gone to jail. Because if you got in trouble when you're 18, then the law's gonna look after you, and you do not want to go to the bars, right? Stuck in those bars. So that's exactly what happened. 2016 was a very scary year, and we have IAPs, and that's the possibility, of me, almost missing a night field trip because I always have to give my tickets away. And good thing, like I was lucky enough to, qualify grad night, but then I need, somebody, to go with me during grad night because I have, a lots of behavior issues, back in 2016. 2016 is when my behavior was the worst, right? But as it comes to 2017 and much later year, then it got a little bit better, right? In 2020, let's not go to 2020 right now, but let's stick with 2016, right? And one thing I almost forgot to mention, like why 2016, was. I have to let me name you one more reason before, I have to name you the what happened at the end of 2016, right? I think there's three more things to mention, like why biggest reason, like why I hate 2016, right? Like I said, man, I already touched, lots of girls. I hugged them, and it's not good. Another reason why I hate 2016 is obviously, because I go out and play a lot of Pokemon Go, right? And it's definitely a very big distraction, When Niantic released Pokemon Go, like, I see a lot of people playing it, and I try to avoid playing Pokemon Go. And then once the game was released for mine, I started playing Pokemon Go. I get really distracted. I don't concentrate on my work anymore. Screw around a lot, and I get a little bit in trouble here on and there. And it's very distraction, And that has, and Pokemon Go has been luring me for like years and years, and I have to waste my time playing it instead of, doing, some, you know, the important stuff that I really need to do, or, or other, goals that I want to accomplish. And also, let me explain, what happened at the December 2016. My bike gets stolen. I almost forgot about that part, but too bad I didn't forget. So my bike got stolen, at Great Mall, 2016, because I was like playing Pokemon Go, like catching, Pokemon like crazy, and somehow between like 4 to 5 o'clock, my bike was all of a sudden gone, and I see like this white little, crumbs. One for yeah, cause they get this liquid nitrogen to spray the lock, and they just like break it open, or they can get a giant, scissor or plier to cut the lock. And obviously, a lock around the bike doesn't guarantee, thief safes, and obviously my bike is stolen. It cost like a few $100s. Yeah, I was really pissed. I went to police, wasted time. They did nothing about it. It's just that, I should put bike, in a much safer area, where more people can see it. Cause I thought that if I hide my bike, nobody can find my bike and nobody will see it. But somehow this one person just buys it and just like steals it. If you put a bike area where a lot of people can see and stuff, and I thought that there'll be more deep, but no, that's not the case. That means there'll be more witness if you put bike in a popular area where the people. If you saw a person like cut the lock, in front of like a lot of people, then obviously that person's will get much higher chance of getting in trouble, right? And then biggest reason, like why, 2016 really sucked. is because of lots of death celebrity at the end of the year, and obviously because of the crazy president Donald Trump. You know that I hate Donald Trump, and Donald Trump. Oh my goodness, man, he's the one that ruined our future, man. Or the Trump haters, right? He should not be elected in office, but yeah, his jokes are funny, but I don't think they're that funny at all, and he does not look qualified for being a president. What a crazy dude, man! Like, this guy is like insane, and yeah, obviously, a lot of people don't like Trump, and unfortunately, a lot of people support Trump, right? I mean, if he was not in that 2016 office, our life would have been definitely different, right? Okay, I think I talked about a lot of crazy. I only have 11 minutes left in the video, and let me go to 2017. Like, why 2017 was a huge mess, right? That really pissed me off. Second worst year of my life, right? So 2017, like, almost, ended me, right? So 2017 is my second most hated year, and also 2020 is that I just go like real quick summary and don't explain because I already explained like why 2020 is the worst year ever. You already know what's number one, but that's being spoiled. Let me go over 2017 first, right? 2017 was my biggest nightmare year for for the past 3 years, right? So why do I hate 2017 the most, right? So 2017 was my second most hated year is because obviously obviously because I go out and play lots of Pokemon Go. Yeah, I get same thing happened in 2016. It's very similar, but now it's much worse. I think like two biggest reason that got me to hate 2017 the most is that I almost got is that I get into lots of problems and issue and trouble a lot, and there's another biggest and there's biggest reason like why I hate 2017 is because of Ohlone College semester problem, right? What are you talking about Ohlone College? So Ohlone College in 2017 for me in fall of 2017 was a hassle, right? And I have to go through like a lots of dramas in 2017 Ohlone College semester. I even make a video of me like dropping out of the course. So why would you drop out the course? I mean, typically people drop out courses either because they have too much thing, but that's not my case. But the reason why I have to drop out that class is because that class was like very difficult. I signed up for the most difficult professor, for like the English, professor, or the most difficult professor, in the Loyola College, that caused me a lot of stress. Was a very difficult professor. He requires a lot. He doesn't teach. He cancels class a lot, and like a lot of his students, drop out that class because he was extremely ridiculous, and extremely difficult, right? That make me want to drop out that class, and I have to drop out of class because there's no way I can see the class. Because no matter how hard I try, I always end up getting a D's or F's in this class, and I'm not a successful English communication writer and skills as well. I'm not good communicating or writing, and like taking advanced English class or difficult English class that doesn't teach you, like you're definitely not gonna, you have no chance of succeeding, like zero chance, right? I went through a lot of stress and I gained a lot of weight. I mean, 2017, the one good thing 2017 is that I lost weight, right? I lost about like 10 to 15 pounds, and then suddenly because of too much college stress and stuff, and I have to study a lot and very low time of exercising, I definitely had gained some weight, and all that hard work that I did in the past, now it just came up to like regain them again, and obviously, like, that was terrible. I forgot to mention real quick, like, why I hate 2018, because I thought I'm gonna get a ticket, driving ticket. I remember after I passed the DMV test, like, I run a red light, and that's what happened in 2018. That's the one thing I forgot to mention. Ran the red light, and I was very frustrated. I'm mad at myself, but no. And then now let's jump back to 2017. I forgot to mention, so sorry about that, but let's jump back to 2017. Why I hate 2017? Like, signing up classes, like, it was like it was a very difficult, course semester, and I somehow, still, finished with, 2 classes. It was, I started with 3 classes, and I have to drop like 2 classes, all because of that difficult. I drop out 1 class, and then now I have to. So I started with 3 classes in Illinois College Master Fall 2017, and then because the English class was very difficult, I need more time. I drop out 1 class, and then because the English is difficult, and I try everything I got, and still not successful, then I still have to drop out of that most English difficult class. Now I only have signed 1 class, and then late of 2017 fall semester, and I have to try to sign up for late classes. Good thing late classes have not been filled up yet. I mean, it was filled up, and luckily, the professor, accept me, to sign up for that class. So, luckily, in Illinois College semester 2017, I ended up finishing, 2 requirement classes to get my, accounting degree. 2017 was stressful, and I also got into a bike accident, in 2017, right? Yeah, because I was biking at night, and I didn't bike, in the safe route, and I possibly bike against traffic, and yeah, and all of a sudden, when I bike, on the sidewalk, something like somehow the car on the driveway, hit my bike, and lucky I didn't get breaking bones, no hospital, no anything. Yeah, I got into, a serious, bike accident, and I have to hide the lies about it. Yeah, I also lie a lot in 2017, which is why, that year really sucked. And I forgot to mention, like, I'm pretty sure I never mentioned this before, like, why I hated 2017, right? It's because I lost one of my family member again, like, very similar like 2020. So I lost, my aunt, on my dad's side. That's like my dad's, older sister just passed away in 2017 due to colon cancer, not detected early enough. Very similar cancer, what happened to my uncle that passed away in 2020. Die around like the age of 70. Cancers like really suck, man. Like, if you don't like detect it very soon, then you're gonna have very little to live, and you're just gonna die very soon, right? Yeah, I lost my family member in 2017, man, and it was extremely sad. I didn't even get to see her because she obviously lives in Fresno, right? I'm pretty sure I got over like why does I mean stuff, and obviously lots of more bad things happen in 2017. Like, I really don't want to go through it, but I'll name you the top 3 biggest reason. And obviously in 2020, it's definitely my worst year ever. I'm just gonna go over the biggest recap, like why I hate 2020 the most, right? Because of, I'm sick of that, idiot Donald Trump, sick of global pandemic, sick of social distancing, sick of being my old self, that was being the past year, sick of, people pissing me off, sick of, overtraining myself, sick of running slow, overtraining is like, and I killed my body, a lot in 2020, and that's why, because of so much stress, that's why, I don't feel strong and fast as before, all that kind of stuff, and got laid off from work for like years now, gonna lose lots of money, a lot of business around money, and lots of my friends always complain about 2020, man. They want this most horrific humanity year to be over, man. it's just ridiculous. Like how, you know, life has been so tough, and I lost one of my family member, you know, not, you know, virus related. We lost a lot of celebrity like Kobe Bryant, Chadwick Boseman, a lot of very, very, very big names out there. 2020 is my biggest worst nightmare ever. And 2020 is super scripted. That clearly describes you why 2020 is the worst year ever. So in terms of general, because the 2020 repeated twice, you know, because it's a special year for 20s. Yeah, everything is 20 times harder, man. Ooh, normal life is 20 times harder. We have to social distance. We have to do everything, man. Much harder. We have to face loss. That is super scripted, man. Everything did indeed gets 20 times harder. Everything is 20 times more day. Everything is 20 all in the bad way. Everything is 20 in the craziest way. And when my head went cuckoo crazy, and I started saying went crazy and do lots of dumb things, you know, to get over 2020, right? That's why it's the year of 2020, because everything has to do something with the 20s, right? Super scripted. So that's it for this video, and I made nearly a 40-minute video like my top 5 worst year. And comment below like what details I'm missing, or you realize, you know, what makes me upset. But there's some bit I already explained past, so I don't need to explain it again, and I'm just gonna go over like quick recap. Yeah, make it, you know, short and stuff. And I hope you enjoy this, you know, video. Please hit a like button, you know, if you agree, you know, what I say stuff. And yeah, man.